Wow, I know that's pretty long with the music coming on, but you know what? It works for me because I'm setting things up. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears. I call the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like as you come into the bear cave. Run, tell that too. Pick up a phone and tell someone that Unwind with Teddy Night Talk is live on Run Tell That Too. How's everyone on this Monday? Whoa. What are we going to get into tonight? I see Vicky and baby Juju. Please support this channel by just giving us a thumbs up. Yeah. It's really simple. It is. Yeah. So people are just out in the bushes. Is that it? You mean we have a few bush babies? I have not checked to see too much of what is going on out in the YouTube streets, though I'm somewhat familiar, but not as much as you might think right now. Yeah, but I have an idea. Yeah, flying through, who is this? Innately? Innately. Okay, innately. Flying through to tap the like and say hello. Well, hello. Mhm. Hello. So let's just get into it. All right. So I took a look at a couple of videos, and one of the videos that I looked at was I'm not talking about anyone's video that's on YouTube right now. Okay. I'm just talking about going through the vintage videos. And so the question seems to be, why Danielle Elizabeth Allen? Okay. I had a lot of videos that were created during that period. I would say it was March of 2023. It's almost 3 years. Okay. No one was talking about it until until there was the real possibility that tapes were going to be released, interrogation tapes. All right. So rather than going through the story, it was the reaction. It was the reaction that said out loud, without saying that much, yes, that someone wanted to control the narrative. That's the first thing. Did you see anyone pay $250 for anything else to get ahead of any story? Did you see anyone else impersonate someone whose picture is being shown constantly? Do you see any report having been made to YouTube? I'm talking about impersonating the person to YouTube and saying that is them and to remove it 9 times. Have you seen that? Apparently, that photograph doesn't mean anything to that person. Not really. Not really. Somebody said it's just an interrogation. And what is an interrogation? Maybe a receipt, maybe something to talk about as a theory. It's like someone has an idea, they have one story, someone else has another story. My story was more interesting because that individual wanted to participate in it from the beginning. That person right now put Daniel Elizabeth Allen's picture multiple times, filed it with the court. I haven't seen them file anyone else's picture like that. If it didn't mean so much, why? Why would they put it in duplicative times? Multiple times when it's just simple. It could have been debunked. I mean, if it's a nothing burger, a nothing sandwich, whatever you want to call it, a nothing, that could have easily been handled 3 years ago. You have to go back to the beginning. $250. And they were trying to find someone close by to entice them to say, look, you can make $250 if you're in the same city. It's easy money. They use the phrase easy money. You don't think I have all those videos? How they talked about it? Mm-hmm. Yes, all opinions are welcome as long as they are respectful. It's very interesting, really. It gets all kinds of reaction. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Said they were going to take the story and make it their own. And you know what? We didn't use AI at the time to analyze any facts. Mm-mm. Not at all. So it sounds like someone's strategy was all about controlling the narrative. That's what it was about. Kill the anticipation before I would have a chance to bring it forward. Get the footage, release it immediately so she could effectively render my upcoming release as old news. You don't think I know what the strategy was? Though I've never really talked about it just like that. It was to dominate. Whoever posted first, usually might get the lion's share of views, but it was more than that. She wanted to know what was on that DVD. Maybe there was something. That she was supposed to know. So, whatever needed to be done to discredit the narrative or what she may have anticipated or what she felt that the release of the video through my channel would do, frame it or whatever. She paid to get it first. So it would allow her to frame the context herself. Period. So paying for footage was an investment. Whoever could deliver it first would be more credible. Hmm. Or, oh, there's so much psychology in behind this. I'm not going to even talk about it. But essentially, it was to preempt a preemptive strike. Spend $250 to ensure that the video or whatever couldn't be used as anything. Mhm. Especially since I was planning to release the video. I mean, why would she want to help me look for any missing details in the interrogation? Come on. She was in a rush to post it. She's got a history of rushing. Mm. She did. Mhm. And she has a history of paying for information. Quick, quick, quick. Yeah. And that was a question. Yes. How did she know that was DEA in the picture? How? She was following it. When she heard about that, oh, she dropped everything, everything, and made a video. Mhm. She was going to handle that story. Mhm. If she didn't think I had something, why the rush? She could have just ignored. Totally. For a while. Just wait. 17 seconds had her in such, I mean, all it took was 17 seconds of Daniel Elizabeth Allen's voice to cause her to dig in her pocket and dangle money to entice someone. That's all it took. That was important to her. Period. Say what you want. There's something to that. What the total meaning is, don't know. But one thing for sure is control the narrative. Because she didn't know what was coming next on that video, that DVD. That one caught her. That caught her off guard. She wasn't ready for that at all. at all. Mm-mm. A person that's supposed to be the smartest person in the room. You see how she scrambled? She won't let anyone listen to those first videos, any of those videos. Why doesn't she play her own videos? Play your videos about your commentary on Daniel Elizabeth. And listen, if she were to play those and listen to how her tune changes. Play the videos, not play your videos. Mhm. Yeah, why hide the videos? She's going to say, I'm high. No, she struck so many of them. Play the video of Daniel Elizabeth. Play the interrogation. Let them hear her narrate and see how quickly she went over some of those parts. Mhm. And see how she talked about what was on that phone. She talked about, how sometimes you go in and you're gonna, go to the drugstore, like a CVS or something like that. And maybe they see the pictures. Let them hear that part. Like maybe she's familiar with what might be, uh-huh. And then why would she one night, you know, decide she's going to gather all of Daniel Elizabeth Allen's social media posts, anything that she could find, pictures, put them all up, talk about everything, talk about, personal things I had never seen. Why? She was kind of invested in how that story would go. Nobody said that was her. I didn't. Maybe there were others. I'm just talking about me. And I'm just talking about the reaction all the way through. Her response and the escalation of things that started happening to me for simply releasing that interrogation and giving the story. Mhm. She doesn't care if you talk about that bicycle lady. What has she said about it? As you can see, I've been listening. What has she said about the bicycle lady? What? That photograph is up all the time. What is she doing about it? but 6 seconds of Danielle Elizabeth Allen's voice, she doesn't want to be compared to her voice. Mm-hmm. Didn't say it was her. We're talking about a reaction. And so many different coincidences. It's not to say anyone else's theory isn't worth looking at, right? I haven't ditched anyone's theory. As a matter of fact, for those in the back who think someone doesn't have common sense, I knew about the bicycle lady in 2022 in California. Truth teller talked about it. So, breaking news. The first one to talk about it was over here. I knew about the bicycle lady. Okay? I knew about the sunshine in California. Yeah. It's interesting. All of it's interesting. Yeah. And right now, despite all of that, we still don't know her legal name and address. Mhm. Yeah. And yes, everyone is entitled. Everyone is entitled. Let me throw that up to their own opinion. Whoever, yes, whoever she is, or he is, or whatever it is. Because until we know, we don't know. Not to be certain. Mhm. But I remember during the summer, no one wanted to know her name. People didn't care about her name and thought it was kind of stupid or whatever, to compel her name. But now people find out that is important. If it's not important, don't look for the name. Don't ask for the name. If it's not important, don't ask for the name. Even the court wants the name. Okay? Even the court wants the name. And This is this is an ever evolving story, a real story. It is, with twists and turns and stops and starts. Hmm. Yeah. Mm. I just want justice. What, isn't there like a movie, and justice for all? Mhm. Hmm. No, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up at all. It's I don't know about you, but it's not over until it's over. It isn't. And I think all along there's going to be surprises. Hmm. I really believe that. I don't know where it's going to come from, but I have said in all of this, there will, no doubt, if we get to that part, there will be some surprises. Yeah. Again, you start with the theory. This wasn't just something that was, not thought out as a real possibility. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot more that could be said about it, but I wanted to just say that because despite what anyone says, in a rule in and a rule out, that hasn't been ruled out. And all I wanted, just, it's like, rule that one out. Let's get that one out of the way. Yeah, because there are others. Didn't I say that? It's like, do you want to put out too many ideas at once? Yeah. And the way people are moving around here, you know? Yeah. But I can tell you, when I have spoken about it, and a lot of people, they've never listened to the story. They don't really know. And I mean that, in all honesty. People don't know that story. Just like, I don't know every story. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. I have said some parts maybe can't be explained. But then others, it's like, I don't know. You know, another name that gets someone going, start talking about Caitlin, okay? Start talking about Caitlin and see if that might not get somebody going. Remember when Hear Her was talking about that? Start talking about Caitlin and why that name shouldn't be considered. Who is the mom? Who is the other K? Mm-hmm. Ken. Some people want to say Kendra. No. What is it? You can put that name in the chat. Uh-huh. Talk about that one. Because wasn't it a couple of folks in Texas, Kenya, that went and took pictures of the license plate and posted it? So that's somebody real. And wasn't there a story about Lenny, the brother? Monica's brother. So it's like, there were a lot of theories, a lot of different paths that could be taken. Yeah, talk about Kenya and Caitlin. Iron Troll said Monica was Kenya, right? So that's another anonymous person too. So we're dealing with anonymous people. And if you don't know who Monica is, and you don't know who Daniel is, and if you don't know anybody who's anonymous, then, they can't be ruled out either. At least, unless you know them. Mhm. So there might be some dots to connect. It could be, I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Jennifer says, been in the bushes listening while getting ready for bed. I know it's like 10:43. Yeah. I came on earlier enough so that I could not be on at midnight. Yeah. We'll see. People believed in Jaguar. That's right. People believed in Jaguar, right? Jennifer says the people who have no idea about any of this story, who think they are experts, is so annoying. I just say it's everybody is entitled to their opinion. Yeah, it makes it interesting. Right. You can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. What do you think about Caitlin, Jennifer? So we're just gonna take you know go away. Let's go away from DEA for a minute. What do you think about Caitlin? I haven't talked about Caitlin. Let's see. I'm not looking that up. I'm trying to pull up my email. Okay. Just make sure. Yes. Jennifer says, I applaud, of course, applaud those who are learning and willing to learn. Even then, it's hard to explain. Yes, this was day after day for years. Who can remember everything? Of course, you're going to need to refresh for dates and names, and I can't remember everything. Maybe even things that we talked about. Yeah. Let's see. It's possible that the daughter could be affiliated with this, but I don't know. Yeah, it's like, right now, it's like, I don't know. This is such a larger network of people than even we know. Exactly. I have never. Has anyone heard Caitlin speak? I haven't. I don't even know what I would be looking for. Let's see. I remember she said she was prettier than hear her after saying that's not her, allegedly. She's had many avatars, different looks, you know, she's had male avatars, she's had female avatars, she's had male aliases, she's had female aliases, she's had different ethnic, you know. So who knows? Good evening, Joanne. I've never heard Caitlin speak. I wouldn't even know what to be. Yeah. I know that it must be more than two people because who would come to YouTube and within a week's time have that many people? Come on. And we see different names early on. Okay. Various names. Remember when I was struck during my life? When I showed a connection, just in case people don't remember the openness to the possibility, the connection that someone had, was at least connected by following an individual on Instagram. Remember that? Someone close over there. Yeah. Interesting. Didn't say, but you can find all of these little dots. So, yes, there can be some connections to the other or connections to, other people. I don't know. At this point, nothing will shock me. At this point, I don't know. Right? Let's see. I've heard one person speak that sounds extremely similar to the robot, and that is where we need to start. I'm talking about DEA. I haven't heard anyone else who has the same inflection in her tone and speech pattern. Yeah. They say people sound, there's a lot of people that sound the same. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But she didn't want that voice comparison up. She doesn't want it up. Period. If it didn't mean anything, then play it. Play it. Put it on your channel. Play it. I bet you won't do it. Right? Go back in the archives and pull that one out. There's several she could pull out. Mhm. Yeah. That voice, I get, you know, yeah. I remember someone heard that voice, didn't know, they don't know any background at all. Okay. This is someone who knows, familiar with, you know, communications, music, and all of that. This is what they do. Sound like the same pitch, the same tenor, the same. So all I said was, is it similar? That's all. Yeah, that could be ruled out instantly. Period. Yeah. Again, everybody has their own opinion. I never said it was her. And yes, everybody's, free to have their own opinion. That's what it's about. Yeah. Mhm. I'm staying focused on this is the, it's a weight. Things are, you just never know. We'll see. And people do not look at why was there a PO box for All About the Tea in the same city. Yes, we're DEA and MTR. Well, exactly. Why wouldn't it be in Chattanooga, Kentucky? I don't know. I mean, just pick a city. Philadelphia. There's hundreds of cities. A small city in Louisiana, Lake Charles, of all the cities. And why was Danielle on a Facebook that she tried to pin on me? Uh-huh. On a Facebook in a chat group with Lake Charles. She said that I made that Facebook up. No, I didn't. I didn't even know it existed. Yeah. And then why would I block myself on my own Facebook if it were mine's? Because she couldn't explain away that receipt. Yeah. She has not addressed why was her avatar on one of the Tolbert girls, you know, why was she following them on social media and not Danielle Elizabeth? All the other sisters were following this one sister, except Danielle Elizabeth. And surprisingly enough, Danielle Robertson with her avatar was following. And then she deleted it. Why? If you're following her, follow her. She deleted, but not in time. And that receipt came out. Has she addressed that? No. No, she can't address that directly. Address that. That's simple. It's things like that she will never address. That doesn't mean I said it's her, but it just says, huh, that's interesting. Yeah. It's very interesting. And why was the reaction so strong to another jumpsuit picture? You know, the girl in the blue jumpsuit whose face was covered? Not Danielle Elizabeth. Okay? Put that up, totally covered. The very next day, she sent police to a family member's home. Okay? That's a strong reaction to someone you don't know, to someone who is not pictured, name never spoken. Explain that one. Explain it. Have you seen any strong reactions to the bicycle lady? Tell me what, give me one. Would somebody please give me one example of a strong reaction to that bicycle lady? I don't know everything, so I'm sure I may have missed something, but someone give me one example of where it was a strong reaction. I'm not talking about a fake strike. I'm talking about something genuine. Okay, was that in reaction? Okay, Ibeza. Okay, so I don't remember everything. Was that in response to the bicycle lady? Or was that something else? Did that again, I wasn't really following her early on, Maggie. Was that during the time, was she still with Jaguar, right? Or was that related to the bicycle lady? Yeah, That person would be too easy to find. And that's another thing. I mean, she's public. Yeah. Okay. All right. There. All right. Thank you. So Cubs says they took King World's channel. I've forgotten about that. And they contacted and tried to stop her benefits. Okay. All right. So yeah. Give me some example. She went very personal on Kimmy. And okay, and you think it was because of, all right, that's valid. Okay. Now, what you know of this individual. Let's see. Let me just read this one. Vicky says, I can't see the bicycle lady having big hands and big feet like she said she has. Or you mean this little bicycle lady is doing all that? I mean, uh, if that's what I would have to face, this is a person who says, I don't even want to repeat it. Like if you came and showed up at their house, that they had, do you see this person with weapons? I'll just leave that and say no more. Okay. I don't know because I don't know this person. Like a street person. Do you see the bicycle lady like a street person? I don't. Jennifer says she does have other issues with Maggie, though. So it would be very easy for her to blame that on So Psycho. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know enough about that. Am I open to? Yeah, I mean, I haven't said that I know who 100% who it is. Yeah, I haven't. Let's see. Cup says the LLC was dissolved also. Okay. You're talking about okay. Good point. Good point. Good point. Animal control. Yep. I see that. Okay. So she has different reactions to different things. Yeah. That's a strong reaction. That is. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, at some point, will her identity actually be known? Because, bottom line, she said no one is ever going to know her identity. Let's see. I think Soul Cycle Girl was thrown in as a red herring, and people bit at the bait. Could be. Yeah. I mean, this is someone who says they played chess, right? So, not checkers. Yeah, none of them sound street. It makes no sense. Oh, yeah. Joanne says, how is this Soul Cycle going to be all out mad about a failed relationship and taking things out on everybody? Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, what would be her motive? What would be that person's motive for people on YouTube? So, who does that person love on YouTube? Who did Nosy Whole Life hurt that the bicycle lady knows? You know, I mean, there could be some connections, but that individual in 2021, what was she doing in 2021? The summer of 2021. Okay? What was she doing? The bicycle lady. Mhm. There wasn't any talk about her, was there? I don't know. That's right. No one has shown a link between SoulCycle and Monique Tobert. And this is all began. Yes, this is where it began. Absolutely. I don't think anyone can deny that. Monique Tobert, Nosy Whole Life. Then 2 months later, Nosy Whole Life's channel goes down. Stolen identity. Cup says, okay, so let me say this. When it was the robot voice, I believe it was someone else. Okay. She said the channel was already made. Yes, we know that. She said there are layers. Yeah. I I don't know about anyone else, but I had a legitimate reason why, even then in 2023, that I wanted to know her identity. Legitimate reason. Yeah. Let's see. Definitely was not her in the robot voice. Multiple people, but I believe they are YouTubers. Yeah, there are different angles here. There really are. The link should be with SoulCycle and any one of the suspects. She could be a paid actor. Yeah. Hmm. You know, there's just so many angles and things that we don't know. True. Very different for those who've been affected directly. I Why is it that old op she had? Maybe that's to someone else. Yeah. Only one that has a true logical motive is MT. Yeah, what's the motive? Yeah, it could be done again. Let's see, Jennifer, definitely. I would be mad too, for sure, which is why I'm happy that it looks like the court is ruling on this. So, you can look at different things and say, yeah, that makes sense, or no. I believe that the girl's getting harassed. Yeah, I mean, she, yeah, if she's getting harassed, she would take her video or whatever, her site down. Yeah. So wait a minute, let me fill this up. This is new. Cup said I DM'd the Soul Cycle and she responded. All right. Okay. Like a real person, right? Yeah, there's no appeal in my case yet. I mean, right now, still waiting to hear um yeah, on my case. Yeah. I'll just say different cases, different things going on right now. Yeah. One case she didn't even respond to, okay? For a long time. She didn't even respond. So, and now, at the 11th hour, the beyond the 11th hour, she's trying to show up and respond. Yeah. I just that's and don't think she's done. I wouldn't be asleep at the wheel. She's not done. This person. But you know what the judge, the courts are getting? I don't know. Total different response from Maggie, and after Maggie called Shaky stop doxing, her family. Doxing. Okay, you're saying after Maggie called this a soul cycle lady, she stopped doxing her. What? There's something I can say. It's like, okay, let me keep going. Exactly. She didn't. Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that. She's in default on one case and she's non-compliant in another. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like almost straightforward so far. Back to the soul cycle lady. Let's see, Cubs. What I would think is that Maggie had talked about it being the soul cycle girl, so she may have known that. I've never heard you accuse the soul cycle girl of being DR. So your outreach. Interesting. Yeah. I didn't know that. And I'm not saying that she's accusing her. You were curious. Did she responded? In what way? If you want to say, would have been met with a different response. Yeah, I mean, maybe she didn't even know who she was. Why would she necessarily know who Cups is? I mean, wouldn't it be based on whatever was said in the conversation in the DM? Let's see, more from Cups. Says, I believe she is doing that for other reasons, attacking content creators for bringing up people who they believe is connected to her. Okay. She never played that, right? Again, I don't even know. Was that on the live? Very true. I didn't come off rude. Exactly. So it depends on, you know, never accuse her of being shaky. Yeah. I mean, just imagine if somebody sends you their first DM and accuses you of something. You're not going to be so nice, responsive, I should say. Going back to the bushes, LaDonna says, at the end of the day, interrogation girl sounds like studying girl. Going back to the bushes. Yeah, after all of this, distractions, red herrings, layers, chaos, players, this, that. Who's serious? Who's not? Who's playing games? No, that's not what happened. Maggie commented under her picture and said, beautiful. Because she could have probably, I mean, is that all she said? Just the word beautiful? So maybe she just, yeah. For whatever reason, she blocked her. Let's see. Yeah, some people want it to be Soul Cycle due to her monetary status. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Oh, she called her. Okay. So that means she has a public phone number? How does she get her phone number? Buzzball. The magazine has DR name, family name, and traffic. Let's see. She's gone through how she would never apologize. And also, she was teaching. Yeah, a relationship that I don't know how that would figure in. Yeah, I mean, picture this if you can. It just came to picture that bicycle lady as a big fan of, you know, Tony Montana, and this. I don't know. Somehow I can't picture her. At least me. Yes, Jennifer says, and we keep forgetting that Soul Cycle name is Daniel Robertson. Shaky has said in Teddy's court case and also in Maggie that Danielle Robertson is not her real name. And you know what? If it were to turn out to be that, oh boy, uh, lying to the court, perjury. That's what that would be, wouldn't it? I don't know. That would be serious. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Jennifer is right. I was in the bushes when Maggie said she called her and her uncle multiple times. Why? She wouldn't like her anyway. After that, absolutely not. Like, why? Yeah. I mean, she's not going to, you know, no, not someone calling you. You're probably going to get someone that's going to hang up. I mean, if you've ever hung up on a telemarketer, someone like that, she's going, yeah, you're not going to get a receptive, about that. Yeah, right? Not at all. Not at all. All right. We are approaching the 11:30, yeah, hour half. So, and I'm going to get this wrapped up. Why am I feel? I know why it is. I need to cover my hair. All right, similar to All About the Tea, everyone was trying to find her, and then boom, in comes Monique Tober, someone who doesn't know her yet. Um, and other things, yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Same with Shaky, Incomes DR, and DEA. People who don't know Shaky yet somehow connected in some way. Yes, thank you, loyal supporters. And before I make sure I don't get a cold here, a draft. Yeah, shampooed my hair. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. Yeah. And let's see, Maggie is new. She's still learning. She doesn't quite yet know the story. She's still learning. Yeah. All right. That's going to do it for me for right now. Check out Unwind with Teddy's community wall for updates and any changes. But now it's time to say goodnight. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like and run tell that too. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.